Hi, this is Zach with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Thursday, the 7th of September. Starting off with the S&P, which is back at its 50-day moving average, the blue line there around 44.70. Obviously, we've gone a bit lower than that, down towards sub 44.50. Maybe another test of that sub 44.50 area, but hopefully this marks the low after the retreat from 45.30. An end-of-day close back above the 50-day line. We are looking towards that major resistance there up to 45.30. Otherwise, there is the risk, obviously, of a move down towards maybe 43.80.90, which has been a support area on the way up back earlier in the summer. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Artelo, and here you can see that sharp rebound through old resistance up around the 220 area. Above 220, we're looking up for the 310 zone, which is a May resistance line projection. Hopefully we could see that by the end of this month. What would seal the deal, hopefully, would be an end-of-day close through the 200-day line, currently around $2.40. Next up, we have Alterx, where there looks to be a bear trap reversal. We need to get back above the old support there around $35. So end of day close above 35. We could be heading up to the top of that broadening triangle from back in May, as high as $50 by the end of next month. Ideally, there's no price action below the floor of the gap there around the $31 level. But the initial trigger, an end of day close back above $35, the old May support. Moving on to a new name for us, which is Benitec Biopharma, and here pictures of potential base, rising trend channel base in place since June. Top of the channel there, $5.10, and above the floor of the channel, $2.50. That's where we hope the shares will go to. Nice bounce off RSI 50. Want to see an end of day close through the 50-day line at $3.20. Moving along to another interesting setup, and that is Civeo. Here we've broken a wedge, which has been in place since June, and the 50-day moving average at $19.20. Above that, looking for $24 as soon as the end of next month, also taking the shares back up to the 200-day moving average. Moving along on to Journey Medical, and here, rising trend channel base in place since February. Lots of volatility in the $2 to $2.50 area, but we can clear $2.50 or maybe $2.60 to be safe, which was August resistance, then looking for $3.50 as soon as the end of this month, if that, especially if that 200-day line starts to curl up and rise. We've looked at the next stock, I think quite recently, Flora Growth, and here, nice bullish bull flag here, rising 50-day line, consolidation above that rising 50-day line, so looking for the top of that broadening triangle from back in April, $6.50. As soon as the end of next month, and ideally we stay on the right side at $3. In the meantime, after the bullish divergence turned this stock around. On to a stock which maybe will live up to its ticker code, Gogo Inc., and its name, in fact. Bear trap from below the May support area there, so we'll call that $12, above $12, looking for the floor of that gap from last month as high as $13.50. By the end of this month. Early and end of day close back below the gap at $11.60, really delaying the turnaround there. Next stock is one which we have covered quite recently, but Minerva. Here we've got situation where the shares there is resistance towards the 50-day moving average and that line of resistance from earlier in the year, but we seem to have half filled a gap there, the gap up from back in June, and above the floor of that gap at $6, looking for a retest of July resistance at $13, perhaps by the end of next month. Ideally, there's no price action now back below $7, which is recent intraday support. Moving along to, returning to NextGen Healthcare, and here we've got unfilled gap to the upside through resistance from back in February, around $19.30. Above that level, looking for greater glories, perhaps up towards a line of resistance I'm about to draw now, so that is from back in May. That's heading as high as $24. We could see that by the end of next month while we remain above the old initial 2023 resistance at $19.30, but certainly the $24 looks like it's on the way for that situation. Next up is another reasonable prospect in the making, Nova Lifestyle. Here we've got a rising trend channel base that's been in place since back in April, and we're through the 200-day line now at 290, above that looking for $4.25 as soon as the end of next month. Nice RSI progression there as well, so an uptrend line in the RSI window to hopefully back the rally over the near term. On to the last three, and first one is Novavax, and we've covered this quite frequently in the recent past. Here it looks as though we're making progress above the 200-day moving average for the first time in a long time, many months, and a broadening triangle base from back in March. Top of that triangle heading for $15.50, and we're expecting that as soon as the end of next month, while we remain above the 50-day moving average at $8.20. Next stock is one which is of technical interest on the basis that we also have a broadening triangle base in the making, a new base, and here broken through the 50-day moving average at $1.40, above that looking for up to $5.70 by the end of next month, especially if we can stay above that 50-day line around the $1.30 area, which hopefully we will. Given the next stocks, quite a lot of coverage of late, and here it's back again, Shengfeng, with a reasonable rise yesterday, rising trend channel on a daily chart. That's currently hopefully heading as high as $13.60 by the end of next month, and we're looking for that while we remain above the 50-day line around $6.80. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.